This is Real Talk. My name is Kevin Aserpa, and we're back with a new episode. Today's episode brings us to the majorly controversial topic: the parents. The good, the bad, the ugly. The parents. This topic may be a little bit tricky. Parents with different philosophies and parenting methods and what they think is right and what they think is wrong. It can get a little bit tricky. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about our 10 years of experience with parents. It's quite simple. You know, for kids to achieve anything with success, there has to be the right guidance. The teacher at school, the coach at soccer, the instructor at gymnastics. We all have to be on the same page for the kid to be happy, improve, and have success. And of course, have fun and love what they're doing. So the good part is when parents are on the same page as the kids, because then there's no controversy. Then there's no second guessing. And when everything's clear and everyone's on the same page, then the child has a greater experience and a much higher potential to do their best and achieve higher goals. When the parent and the instructor and or the coach are on two different pages, then of course there's going to be a negative conflict. What do I mean by negative conflict? Well, when the coach wants the player to play a certain way, or the instructor wants to have the player or student do some type of move or twist, and the parent doesn't agree with that and they want the child to do something else, then of course there's going to be some type of negative conflict. And that's not what the kid wants to see. That's not a good way to motivate the child, because what does the child want to see or the player want to see? They want to see coach and mom and dad on the same page working together for the benefit of the child. The good, the bad, the ugly. What do those mean? Well, the good is a parent that cooperates with the instructor or the coach or the teacher and is very positive and reinforces everything that the coach, instructor, or teacher is trying to teach. The bad, well, the bad is the coach, the instructor, the teacher getting questioned by a parent that doesn't have any experience in what is actually being taught. The ugly. The ugly is parents not agreeing what the coach or instructor or teacher is teaching and making a scene about it and going against the coach and telling their children not to listen to the coach. That is the ugly. In my personal experience with good parents, they're always cooperative. They're always reinforcing the messages and training tips that we are trying to teach. They're very helpful in any type of transmitting information or better understanding so that their child can improve. And through my 10 years of experience dealing with the good, that's the best way with the best results, is if parents and myself or any other coaches or instructors are on the same page. We have proof of that. You know, I've been doing this for 10 years. And we have proof of players reaching higher levels because the parent and the coach, or instructor or teacher, are working together on the same page. Examples of the bad are players falling off a little bit, not improving because there's a disagreement between the parents and the coach and the instructor or teacher. The coach wants the player to, in soccer specific, attack more in this type of way, or defend more in this type of way, and the parent is coaching from the sidelines and or giving advice in the car beforehand and afterhand. And we see that on the field, of course. We see the player not getting the best out of the game, not getting the best out of practice, not improving, confused, not being a good teammate because let's say the coach told them to play the ball there or run over there, and the parent has already form the child to do the opposite or do what the parent wants, and that's obviously not beneficial for the child in the team or for the child as an individual. An example of the ugly is everything that was said in the bad, but let's add the approach. The approach is yelling and coaching from the sidelines, embarrassing your child, yelling at the coach or disagreeing with any of the coach's decisions, arguing with other parents, thinking that your son or daughter is the best. Of course, we're talking about if you have experience or not. Anyone can be the ugly. And that's really hard on the kids, because what kid wants to be on the field listening to their parent yell or argue or fight, or even just standing there and instructing, what are you doing? And like all of those things are just ridiculous. I've had a couple parents laughing at their kids. I've had a few parents embarrass themselves and then come and say sorry. Well, these are adults, and you don't want to be in the ugly boat, because as you know, it is the good, the bad, the ugly. And in the ugly, you don't want to be categorized in the ugly. So let's hold your horses. Let's maybe zip it up a little bit. Have some respect for the coaches and teachers and instructors, and have some respect for your kid, because especially if your kid loves it and is doing well, you don't want to be that parent, and there are a lot of them out there, and it will never change. I mean, maybe some people that are listening to this and catching this video, maybe they'll hear this and look at themselves and change. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll think, Kevin, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to tell the coach no matter what, because I'm a successful guy. My kid does what I say and all these type of things. Well, what do I have to say to that? I say good luck and all the best, because, it's not because I'm saying so. It's a statistic. And over 10 years, we've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the ugly, usually those kids, they fall off. They stop loving the game. They stop playing. They join another sport. And later on, because I've trained kids at 10 that had ugly parents, and now that they're 18, 19, they regret that they had a parent like that. And that's something very detrimental to me. I don't want to hear that. I love what I do, and I don't want to see kids fall off because of parents being negative or being in the ugly category. It's just something that I don't like to see, because I love this game so much. I love teaching. I love soccer. I love kids. I do love parents, the good ones. The bad ones we can fix. The ugly ones are usually impossible to fix. So, I hope that this was a small informative message to all you parents. Let's see if you can all be on the good side and help these kids get to the next level and enjoy their football, enjoy their teaching, enjoy their teacher and coach, and love and passion for the game. Thank you very much for watching this small episode of Real Talk, the parents' good, bad, and ugly episode. Thank you so much, and this is Real Talk.